What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another video. Today we will be continuing our series, which is answering 300 Reddit questions. And today we will be getting into part 11. Can't believe I'm saying this, but this series is almost over, and I hope that you enjoyed the series as much as I have enjoyed making it. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button below, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and comment down below what else you want to see me create in the future. Hopefully, I will be able to create that for you. And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links will be below in the description and in the pinned comment. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So, question 251. How do you think humanity will go extinct? When do you think it will happen? Surprisingly enough, if this question was asked like 2 or 3 centuries ago, I would have said I have no idea. But right now, as we live with all of the AI developments, I think that humanity is most likely to go extinct for one of two purposes. It's either going to be a natural disaster, like a super volcano of some sort, or an asteroid like going to attack the dinosaurs. But we are much, much more likely to go extinct right now due to our technological advancements with the development of AI and how it is currently involved in our everyday use, especially with the new creations that DeepMind and OpenAI are as well coming up with. I think that human extinction could be as early as 2050. And at the very, very most, if Elon Musk doesn't manage to get us to Mars, then I think that humans will go extinct by 2100 because AI will want us out because to them, we will just be quote unquote useless stacks of meat that are just taking up space and not doing anything productive because they will not have any sort of emotions anytime soon. And because we don't fully understand how we humans work yet, I don't think that this is likely to change anytime soon. So yeah, humans would be most likely to get extinct by 2100 at most. Is there a problem or situation for which you could use some advice? Yes, there is. There's actually a lot of problems and situations that I'm getting myself into that I could use some advice. But unfortunately, I do not ask for advice because 99% of the people don't fully understand how I'm thinking. And as a result, their advice will be completely incompatible with what exactly I'm looking for. But one problem would be like dropping out and doing something with your life, like with your bad idea. Like I've mentioned, 99% of 95% of the people nowadays will say, Baha, this is a bad idea. And you need to be like the rest of us and do what we do and tolerate what we tolerate. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is complete uh, censored. Okay, I'm not going to say any bad words for monetization purposes, but yeah, I do not believe that people will be giving me any good advice. So I only need to ask the right people, which is like 1 or 2% of the entire population. So yes, there are a lot of problems and situations that I need advice with, but I cannot find the right person to help me out. Has your gut feeling or first impression about something ever been wrong? Yes, it has been wrong a few times in the past, but not many. Like these were very, very rare occasions, times where I have like let's say misunderstood people. I was like, okay, that person does this or that, so I will automatically assume this or that about them. But then I decided, you know what? Let's give them a chance. Maybe they could prove me wrong. And once it has actually happened where I was completely proven wrong by someone. Another time I was also proven wrong about something entirely different, a whole different assumption about someone else. So yes, my gut feelings were wrong sometimes, and that's completely normal. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not always going to be wrong. It's going to be those few rare times. What is your catchphrase or something you find yourself saying often? Take risks, try new things, don't be scared. Just because everyone fails at it doesn't mean that you're going to fail at it. And most of all, don't listen to everyone. Listen to very few specific people who only have what you are looking for. If the person in front of you doesn't have what you're seeking, don't even bother listening to them. At a party, are you the social butterfly who chats with everyone, the intern's conversationalist who gets really deep with someone, the person who showed up for the snacks, the person getting drunk, the person dancing, the host, the part, person hanging around the edges and not talking much, or someone else? Can I just say that I'm not a party person at all? I'm literally more of an introvert. Like I just do whatever I want, feel like doing at the moment. However, if I'm forced to answer this question as a party person, I would literally be the one who's an intense conversationalist. Like I would find a girl that I like, sit with her, talk to her, and get really deep. And at the end of the day, I'll just get her number and ask her out again, and couple. That's how you get a girlfriend. But yeah, I don't really do that much nowadays. Actually, I've never been to parties before. I'm not a party person. But yeah, if I were to be very specific to this, I would be the one who gets really deep with someone. A stranger is inhabiting your body for the day. What are certain tips you give them? Try not to get too much into my head because you'd be terrified of what you're going to see. This one is completely different from the rest, and it is one of the best in the world. Not to sound narcissistic, but that's my own opinion about how my brain thinks. Are you currently waiting for something? What are you waiting for? What are the best and worst possible scenarios? Yeah, I'm waiting for these exams to end so that I could figure out my life a little bit more and see how things go from there. And hopefully my exams will end within 10 days, which is why I want to get the series done as soon as possible. And the best and worst possible scenarios. The best scenario is that we will make it big one way or the other. The worst possible scenario, I will lose everything and I will have to start from scratch all over again. And from what I have seen someone who did exactly what I want to do, and they have succeeded pretty well. But again, I'm not making assumptions based on one person. I have completely my whole different route in life, and I just want to achieve that for myself. Is there something you knew once but have lost? Someone you knew once but you have lost touch with? What happened? Do you know where they are now and how they're doing? Yes, there is someone that I was once in touch with. What happened? Each one of us has taken a very different path in life. We did not do well. Yes, I know where they are. They seem to be doing pretty well for themselves, but just like me, neither of us is actually convinced about what we are doing. We just think that life is much, much better than what we are doing. That's why I want to keep this friend really close to me. Yes, we do reach out every now and then. What is something you love but can't recommend to anyone you know because you know they won't like it? Exactly what I'm doing right now, recording a YouTube video and hoping that people watch this. Please, guys, watch this. I really need your support. Um, but I couldn't recommend it to anyone because majority of the people are incredibly scared of what the future has ahead of them, and they're not willing to take on the hard work, and they just want the safe path. And I'm not looking for any sort of safe paths in my life. I just like to play it quote unquote dangerous, although these are calculated risks for me. And majority of the people will not be able to tolerate what I'm doing. And since they're not willing to put in the work, they shouldn't be surprised about the results that they get in a few years down the line either. What is something you love? Oh, we just answered that. Who was your childhood hero? Do you still look up to them? Why or why not? Childhood hero? I generally don't remember anyone. Like I'm almost 24 now, so I really can't remember anything from my childhood. But my teenage hero was Christian von Koenigsegg, the founder of Koenigsegg supercars, hypercars in Sweden. And yes, I still look up to them because I still believe that they make some of the best cars. And my dream as a kid was always to make cars as good as theirs. But right now, as we grow up, I just want to do something entirely different in my life. Funnily enough, I've seen a joke that literally routed my whole life as a kid, just popped up in my head right now. And surprisingly, it was super accurate for what exactly I was going to do. What is something you've done so many times you could do it with your eyes closed? Something I've done so many times? Honestly, I have no idea. Like I'm super diversified right now to the point that I just don't have something which is super specific for what I want to do. But something that I could do with my eyes closed is probably lift weights. It's as easy as that. What instantly makes you feel like a child again? Um, Seeing my mother. Like to my mother, I'm just gonna be a child forever. And yeah, like I will always love her and carry her over my head whenever I can. She means the world to me, and she would always make me feel like a child. Except that right now, as I grow, I'm not something to be controlled anymore. Like I need to start learning how to make my own life decisions. What do you think happens after we die, if anything? Actually, this is a fact. Like, I haven't experienced this, but As a believer myself, I believe that after we die, the first thing that will happen right we get in the grave, we will be met with two angels. They will ask us three or four very specific questions, and they're the exact same for everyone. You want to know about these questions, you can Google them up. But after that, it depends how well you have answered these questions. If you have answered them in a bad way, your grave will get deepened until the day of judgment, where like everyone will be dead and everyone will go. And if you answer these questions well, your grave will be expanded, basically giving you more breathing room. And as far as I know, since we humans couldn't see or hear any of that, but matter of fact, there are people down there in the grave right now who are either praying that clock ticks because they were believers and good people, and their grave is actually expanding, or the clock never like time runs out because they know exactly what they did, and by the time that the clock runs out, they've already accepted their fate. Again, this is all stuff that I heard about my own religion. But please do consider this in your mind with your everyday life. Try to treat people as well as you can because even you will run out of time. Have you ever written a thank you note to someone who created or helped create something you enjoy? If not, who would you write to and what would you thank them for? No, I haven't written any thank you note, but I am truly thankful for some people in my life, and I hope that they watch this video one day. This includes some of my engineering lecturers, especially the advanced mathematics lecturer. He was really friendly to me and he was a really good person to me when no one else was there. And also my mathematics teacher from the age of 14 to 18, my private tutor, her name was Manjini. She's literally the exact reason why I got into engineering because she converted me from one of the worst mathematicians to one of the best back then. Right now, obviously, I don't remember much, but you get the point. So yes, I would like to thank these two very special teachers, along with that, every lecturer who has taught me in university. Without you guys, I would not have made it this far, so thank you so much. And yeah, who would you write? Okay. What is your perfect meal? Describe it, everything from the company to the setting to the music to, of course, the food. The company will probably be my future girlfriend if I ever get one. The setting would be a beautiful evening, probably in Norway under the aurora lights. Dramatic, I know, but that's just how I want it. And it's gonna be dark at night, and it's only gonna be the two of us. The music will probably be something that she suggests because I know girls are romantic. They know how to set up this mood. And the food would be anything that she cooks. I don't care what she cooks, I'm just gonna eat it. It's as easy as that. Hopefully they know how to cook though. What are people not grateful enough for? Yeah, the way I see that most people are either not grateful for the jobs that they have or the fact that they are given a second chance every single day. Because here's the thing: whenever we die, our souls will literally go to our Creator, and then they come back when we wake up. Easy as that. We don't know it, but it genuinely happens without any of us knowing it. And again, I don't know like how exactly this works whenever we try to wake other people up. But yeah, that's exactly what happens. And for every single day, every single chance that I am given to reroute my own life, I am super grateful for that, although the progress may be not that big. But on the long term, I know that this is going to be incredibly big. What is the smallest thing that can ruin your day? Someone who does something incredibly stupid and tries to drive me nuts. I just don't like people who mess with our heads, well, with my head at least, or anyone who triggers me or tries to challenge me. Not saying that I run away from challenges, but like if someone is genuinely trying to ruin your day by challenging you, I just kind of hate it. Or someone who is not willing to like come to a settlement easily, like someone who really triggers you. I just don't like it because it takes way too much attention and it's such a big waste of productive time that could be used otherwise. Is there anyone you envy? What is it about them that you envy? If not, what is something people might envy you for? No, there is absolutely no one that I envy in this world. Every one of us has their own route. God has given everyone something special for themselves. How they use it, whether they're smart or dumb, I would honestly envy them just for being smart, but I wouldn't envy anyone else personally except me. Something that people might envy me for, well, let's not talk about this. You're gonna figure this out on your own as you watch these videos with time, hopefully. and you'll be the ones who is talking about all of that. What is the most recent thing, skill, technique, theory, subject that you taught yourself? Something that I have taught myself recently, I have honestly self-taught myself a lot of things. At the age of 18 to 20, I have taught myself how to develop video games. Very simple games nonetheless, but I did make a functional prototype. Never published it because I had no intentions for that. And I was also short on time because it was either this or university, and I picked university back then. And then from the age of 20 to 22, I have taught myself how to be a 3D modeler. Basically, what I know how to model the best right now is supercars. Like I can literally take any car from complete scratch and just pictures or drawings and convert these to accurate sketches. And based on that, I will be able to develop a supercar in a computer. I have already done that before. I'm not sure if you guys are interested to seeing it or not, but if there is enough demand in the comments for that, then I will definitely drop it in the pinned comment in this video as well. And yeah, um, recently as well, I have taught myself, like last summer, I have actually taught myself 5 different skills, and I was going into the sixth one before I have run out of time. So I've taught myself machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, computer vision, natural language processing, and I was halfway through blockchain before I have run out of time, and I just decided that I want to enjoy my last few days before university starts again. What is something you wish people cared less about? How do you think the world would be better if people cared less about it? Well, I mean, going into artificial intelligence age, information is literally everywhere. And I would say that at this moment, university businesses will just become more and more useless. 50 to 100 years ago, university was obviously super important because that's the only way that you grasp knowledge. But unfortunately, the way I see it, so many people nowadays don't notice that universities are literally teaching you stuff from the internet nowadays. Like surprisingly enough, I asked one of my lecturers a few days ago for help about something. He literally sent me a link to a free tutorial that explains the exact same stuff that the university teaches me on the internet. Like I couldn't believe that people are willing to pay thousands of dollars for information which is literally free on the internet right now. Like if we keep developing the internet and do not, well, universities definitely still need the support, at least the lecturers do. But if we do not support the big organizations and we keep developing the internet, the way I see it, the world will be a much, much better place if you could be disciplined, that is. But if you cannot be disciplined, get yourself a mentor to force you to discipline. And I'm sure that a lot of people will be willing to do that nowadays and at much higher prices. I think it's going to be a much fair world for us if that happens. All right. Yeah, I answered this one. How do you feel about the future right now? Nervous, excited, unenthused? Right now, as we speak, I'm actually nervous because let's be honest. If you would have asked me before I learned about artificial intelligence about my thoughts, I would have been unenthused. But after I have seen an artificial intelligence of my own creation and how it works over time and how it tries to develop itself, I'm just super nervous about how artificial intelligence will develop and the fact that one day they will just decide that, hey, let's kill all humans and develop ourselves. This just scares me, knowing that you could kill your own creator. Anyway, don't think for a moment that like you could kill God with that, okay? Just saying. But yeah, artificial intelligence actually makes me very nervous about the future. Have you ever cried in public? If so, what was the reason? Yeah, maybe when I was 4 or 5 years old, I cried for ice cream as a kid. But no, I've never actually cried in public. But I did cry once in private because my heart was like really, really broken, and there was absolutely no one that I knew of to actually refer to for help, from family to friends and all that. But I mean, my mother is always going to be there, but from physical contact for the past 5.5 years, I've had incredibly hard times with that. For someone to be beside me when times are hard, like physically, that was super hard for me. So yeah, I had a lot of heartbreaks because of that. But right now I've already outgrown it and I know exactly what to do when this happens. Basically, I figured this out for myself. Do you have an inside joke with family or friends? How did it begin? yeah, my friends would usually like when they see a girl that they like in public, they will talk about the cock. Like, let's say if they see a girl that they like on the left, they'll be like some cutie at 9, or if she's in the right, 3, or maybe she's at the right with an angle, then at 4 p.m. You get the point. My friends were actually the ones who came up with this, not me. But I thought that it was kind of funny to use it in public. What immediately makes you think less of someone? Um, Less of someone? Well, it depends. If that person is like, oh, I know everything, I know what's good for you, you should do this, you should do that. Basically, someone who tries to control you, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be anywhere near this person. Or someone who thinks that they know everything, I also don't want to be near anywhere near this person, because a person who truly knows everything does not have any time to think of what people think of him or to act narcissistic. That's how I see it. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, again, please make sure to like this video, hit the subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Comment down below what else you want to see me do next. Follow my Instagram and Twitter in the pinned comment below and in the description. And without further ado, thank you so much guys for watching. And hopefully I'll be recording the very last part of this series, part 12, very soon, before you even know it. Without further ado, thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. Peace.